What is up, guys? Welcome to another daily vlog. Today we have a movie review. Today, guys, we're going to be looking at The Disaster Artist. This is a movie that stars Dave Franco, James Franco, and of course our boy Seth Rogen. He's always funny. So, what's this movie about? Let me give you the back of the box really quick. Okay, The Disaster Artist is based on the making of Tommy Wiseau's cult classic disaster piece, The Room. So basically, this is a movie about another movie. It's about the making of another movie called The Room. Okay, now, I'm going to tell you guys what I think of this movie. But before I do, in case you have no point of reference, let's go ahead and watch the trailer together.
Los Angeles, everybody wants to be star. You have to be the best and never give up.
When I get up on stage in front of people, all I can think about is, what if they laugh at me? You, man, you're fearless. I want to feel that too.
I don't care. I'll do it. You and me, we both have this dream.
Yeah, I guess we do.
That we'll be famous. We'll show them. Watch out, here we come. To be or not to be?
It's not going to happen for you. Not in a million years.
But after that? This town, Greg. They don't want me.
Wish we could just make our own movie.
That great idea. So there's this guy, Johnny, a true American hero, to be played by me. He has it all. Good luck, many friends, and also maybe Johnny is vampire. We'll see.
This set of the alleyway looks exactly like the real alleyway.
That's right.
Well, why don't we just shoot in the real alleyway?
Because it's a real Hollywood movie.
No? Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Action!
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
But it doesn't work if you're looking at the camera.
And then this beautiful girl. Anything for my princess. She betrayed him. And then this guy, Johnny. He go crazy. Nobody respect my vision. You are a villain. I do this whole movie for you, Greg. You are tearing me apart, Lisa.
Cut.
Why you cut, Sandy? This is great. This is real acting.
If you're gonna writhe around with the dress, maybe do it before you shoot yourself in the head and blow your brains out.
I disagree.
You really gonna make this thing?
We are going to go together.
Tommy, this is not necessary.
No, very necessary. I need to show my ass to sell this movie.
I think you're aiming a little bit.
I aim when I aim. Just do the scene.
Why is he having sex with her belly button? He knows where her vagina is, right?
Hi, doggy.
Okay, so now that you know what the movie's about a little bit, where do I begin with this? Alright, so first of all, I love the movie. Alright, it's great. But then I have to ask myself, why do I love the movie? So, The Disaster Artist is about another guy who makes a movie, right? And the guy who makes the movie, his name's Tommy Wiseau, and I think the reason why I love this movie is because Tommy Wiseau is a guy who, I might be pronouncing the name wrong, but he's a guy who marches to the beat of his own drum, alright? He is like, he believes in himself, and he realizes that nobody else believes in him. Not only does he believe in himself, he has these like kind of delusions of grandeur. He actually builds himself up. He puts himself on this pedestal. I mean, sometimes there's parts of the movie where he doubts himself. He loses his confidence for a minute, but then he gets it back, and he's just a guy who puts himself up on a pedestal. And you gotta respect that. You can call it arrogance, you can call it egotistical. I call it necessity if you want to achieve any kind of success in life. Tommy Wiseau, he put $7 million into making this movie, The Room, right? And he did it because nobody would hire him in Hollywood as an actor. He couldn't get the time of day from anyone, so he decided he was going to make his own movie and do it his way. Now, luckily, and this is kind of a funny part of the movie, Tommy has like an infinite amount of money. He had a place in San Francisco, he had a place in LA, and I didn't even get into the part where he befriends another guy, Greg, who kind of goes to LA with him. They go to LA to become actors. It doesn't work out for Tommy. It does work out for Greg a little bit. But Greg kind of stands by Tommy's side, helps him make this movie. It's a crazy movie, man. But then you got to ask yourself, why does this matter? Why do I care about this movie? And I think it comes down to, well, look, it kind of reminds me of another movie I saw a while back, and it was one of my favorite movies of all time, but it was called An American Movie, right? And it was about this guy who wanted to be a filmmaker, and he was trying to make movies, but like nobody cared about his movies, right? Nobody cared about his movies until this documentary crew decided to make this movie about him, right? About his life journey to make movies, right? And it was called American Movie, and that's how I first got introduced to that guy, and I loved it. And maybe I'll do a movie review on American Movie here at some point, but the point is the same kind of thing, right? I love movies that are inspiring, right? And this movie right here, The Disaster Artist, it is inspiring and it is funny, right? It's funny because this guy, he's just, you know, he's a weird dude, man. He's just a weird guy, but he believes in himself. He believes in his vision, but like most of us, his confidence is shaken sometimes, but then he gets it back and he just keeps on climbing that ladder, man. And I think you got to respect that. Now, you guys have to find your own reasons for why you like movies, but like here's why I love movies like this. I love the idea of someone winning who, like, by all rights should not win. Society deems that this person does not belong where they are succeeding. Like in this case, we have this guy and Tommy Wiseau who finds success in an environment in Hollywood that he has no business being in. Like the universe never meant for him to succeed in Hollywood. And yet, against all odds, he finds himself winning in spite of himself in Hollywood. It's kind of amazing, and what happens is he made this movie, The Room, so when he premiered it, like the audience was like laughing their butts off at this premiere. He never meant for it to be funny. He's like, he was upset, he was crying, he's like, what is going on? Why are they laughing at my movie? But then he kind of realized, hey man, everybody's having a good time, and of course in true Tommy Wiseau fashion, when the premiere was over and he got up on stage, he says,
Okay. Wow. I'm glad you like my comedic movie. Exactly how I intended.
He changed it to where like, hey, it was meant to be a comedy the whole time. But I don't think he necessarily meant for the movie to be a comedy, but that's how people took it, and people loved it. And what happened was, the opening weekend, that movie made $1,800. You gotta remember, Tommy put $7 million into this movie. Didn't know what the heck he was doing, but he just jumped. He just jumped into filmmaking. Had no idea what he was doing, but he jumped into it full bore. And so the opening weekend it made $1,800. But in the years since it was released, the movie has gone on to become profitable because it's kind of became this cult classic. And it's like what they say here. It's the greatest bad movie of all time. It's kind of a bad movie, but it's very funny and very interesting the way it's shot. And this movie documents the making of it. And if you wonder where James Franco got this idea, the guy who helped Tommy make his movie, his name was Greg, and Greg wrote a book. It was called Living My Life Inside the Room, or whatever. And so he wrote a book about his experience making this movie with his buddy Tommy, and that's where James Franco got the idea for this. This movie is based off of that book. Anyways, whatever. I digress. Here's the deal. Bottom line, man, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars, I give it a 300. Look, if you are the kind of person who you like to find things that motivate you and inspire you to do great things and push yourself to achieve things in places where the universe doesn't feel like you have any business being or achieving, this movie is for you. People get inspired by many, many things. I tend to stay away from the movies that are very, very sad, where someone fights a battle and then ends up dying at the end. I don't like that, man. I like funny movies. I like entertaining movies. I like movies that pick me up and inspire me to achieve great things. Those are the kind of movies I like, and that's what The Disaster Artist is all about. So if you like to laugh, if you like to be inspired by someone who is achieving something at a place where he has no business achieving anything, you will love this movie. Check it out. I hope you guys had an amazing day. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.